Give these 7 questions to narcissists, then they will immediately squirm in fear seeing you. So, narcissists hate being questioned. You know the drill. They react poorly because in their minds, no one is allowed to ask them anything. Heaven forbid you try to access their inner world. It might just bring forth years of suppressed emotions that they've been hiding. There are some questions that, no matter what, they won't answer. Instead, they'll deflect or play mind games. In this episode, we're diving deep into those questions. We're about to explore 7 questions that narcissists refuse to answer. Sounds intriguing, right? Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all new episodes. But before we get started, let me ask you a question. Have you ever asked a question that agitated the narcissist or that they couldn't answer? If so, share your experience in the comments below. We're all in this together. Okay, so let's get to the first question. Why are you so kind to strangers? Do you cover your face when you converse with strangers? The majority of individuals now view networking as an opportunity to be affable and approachable. But for narcissists, it's an opportunity to manipulate their target while attempting to win their support by adopting a false identity. In order to gain respect, appreciation, and attention from their target, they invent tales that are intended to evoke certain emotions. This is where their shallowness comes into play. The final outcome. The new acquaintance believes the narcissist to be a wonderful person, yet this is a deception. Their behavior demonstrates that narcissists are only concerned with price. Have you ever witnessed someone close to you acting in this manner? Tell me in the comments, please. Question number 2. Why do opinions, preferences, and thoughts that are different from their own make narcissists feel threatened? Well, it comes down to being in charge. Anything that goes against the way they think is a huge threat to narcissists. They see it as a challenge to their power over you, which makes them feel bad. They want you to agree with them, feel the same way they do, and do what they think is best for you. So, when you show who you are, they see it as breaking the rules and a form of rebellion. It seems like you have betrayed them by not following their rules. They can't see past themselves, and they want everyone to do what they want. If you try to tell them your opinion or point of view, they think you're being unfair. And if you try to stop them, they feel less in control. They will do anything to change or get rid of your originality because it makes them feel bad about themselves. Third question. What are some of your deepest pains and hurts? If you asked a narcissist this, they would likely respond with a perplexed expression. They believe without a doubt that they have no significant traumas or traumatic experiences to recall. They believe that the events of the past have no effect on them, as if they view themselves as superior to us weaklings. They may acknowledge that a negative event occurred in the past, but assert that it had no effect on them. They disregard it as if it were nothing, oblivious to its impact on them. However, if you inquire about their conduct, they will accuse you of interrogating and evaluating them. They are oblivious to the fact that their present abusive and detrimental behavior is a direct consequence of their treatment in the past. They cannot be persuaded that their afflictions and struggles have shaped them into the people they are today, and they refuse to take responsibility for their actions. Fourth question. Why is it impossible for a narcissist to admit their flaws? Instead of admitting fault and accepting responsibility, they will always place the blame on you. They are unable to acknowledge any misconduct due to a dense wall of defensiveness. To them, discussing their errors would be equivalent to admitting that they are no better than anyone else, which is unacceptable. In their view, they cannot have faults or vulnerabilities because that would place them on par with us commoners. They must view themselves as superior, almost divine beings who are incapable of making mistakes. However, as we all know, nobody is immune to making errors. It's unfathomable that they cannot see that acknowledging their faults and accepting responsibility for their actions would be immensely empowering. Instead, they choose to demean others and avoid accountability because, in their view, it is a sign of frailty. Fifth question: do you think you need to change or grow in any way? If you venture to ask a narcissist this question, you should anticipate an epic confrontation. They will respond as if you have offended their very existence, because acknowledging they need to change would imply that they are not perfect and do not have everything under control. Their shame is triggered by the mere suggestion that they need to change, and it emerges in full force. In their view, change is synonymous with mortality. Change would be akin to slaying their illusory self, the egocentrism they have laboriously constructed. And never imply that they are not the ones who must transform. They will attempt to make you believe that you are the one who is in the wrong. You must be more compliant, speak less, cease asking inquiries, and simply allow them to treat you as they see fit. It's mind-boggling that they cannot see that growth and change are necessary for everyone, particularly if they want healthy relationships. However, for them, their ideal image is far too essential to abandon. Sixth question: do you genuinely believe that your opinions are facts and supersede everyone else's? Let's face it, narcissists struggle with seemingly easy decisions, like where to travel or which political viewpoint is correct. They have an opinion on everything and firmly think that their viewpoint is the unvarnished reality. It irritates me that they won't even solicit second opinions. Instead, they disregard it as trivial and irrelevant. They just care about their own opinion, which is the only view that matters. Their grandiosity and delusion that they are infallible are the causes of their self-righteousness. They will behave as though they are the only ones who are correct, and everyone else is in the wrong. They feel so entitled that they think they are better than everyone else, and that they are the only ones who matter. They believe it is beneath them to examine another person's viewpoint. It is beyond frustrating, and it is difficult to comprehend how they fail to realize that other people's viewpoints are equally important to their own. They just aren't prepared to acknowledge viewpoints other than their own, since doing so would undermine their sense of self-worth. Seventh and most crucial question: if you hate me so much, why do you keep coming back? Don't hold your breath waiting for an honest answer from a narcissist. They won't tell you that they keep coming back because they need supply and can't function without it. But they need you, oh yes. Instead, they'll twist the truth and make it all about you. They'll say things like, "I come back because I pity you," or "I hate to see you sad, and that's why I'm here." The reality is that they love to see you suffer and need them. It makes them feel superior and gives them a sense of power. They love being emotionally intertwined with you and holding you captive. It's all about how important and powerful they feel when they control you. They'll also play the blame game and guilt trip you, accusing you of not letting go and holding them back. But the truth is, they're more dependent on you than you are on them. They need your supply like it's oxygen. Narcissists can't handle any question that requires reflection or introspection. They're not capable of looking within, so they just react and reflect. It's frustrating, and it makes it impossible to have any real conversation or connection with them. So, if you're struggling with a narcissist in your life, remember that you can't change them. The healing has to begin with you. Take care of yourself, set boundaries, and protect your emotional well-being. It's not easy, but it's necessary. If you found this helpful, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights and discussions on healing from toxic relationships. Until then, keep healing and growing.